Standing in the columbarium of the Rosehill Crematory in Linden, New Jersey. This is the one of the first crematories, or the first crematory in the state of New Jersey. First cremation was in April of 1907. We are obtaining for the cremation exhibit a door from the retort, the original cremation chamber from this facility. Probably see in another part of a video, but wanted to just show around the columbarium. Is phenomenal, absolutely beautiful. You can see behind me some of the urns that are just magnificent. They're sitting on shelves and niches in the columbarium. This is just one of many rooms as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility. I'll take more video as I go too. One of the really unique parts and one of the things I love most about this particular crematory is the multitude of urn styles that are shown through time, urns through time, if you will. Taking a look around, like for instance, this particular urn from the Art Urn Company, very popular here at this crematory. You can see they are in many of the niches throughout this room, and actually throughout the building as well. Also, you'll see companies, here's more from the Art Urn Company. See an urn here from Rochester, it's a popular company in the 20s. The Parker Company from Connecticut. So you see urns from Gorham. You can see some simpler designs up here as well. There's another Gorham style there. Also, you'll see some of the simpler containers as well, the temporary, what we would consider temporary containers holding cremated remains. But also you'll see some Ryan Engler, which you see here, and also on this end of the building as well. You also see urns from, this particular style was very popular in Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia Crematorium. Beautiful place, some very beautiful examples of early memorialization through time. Now, coming up the side stairs, you can see this upper part of the building is completed. This used to be open to the chapel below, and above was a big skylight. Of course, all that over time has been modernized and filled in. Also, you see here so many urns. This is a general kind of repository of urns. You can see there are tributes left, memorials. You see all types of different urns in this area, everything through time. This is like a museum of urns. This is like walking through time and seeing all of these beautiful pieces that were used through time. You can see that art urn is very, very popular here, along with the canister type shape. And this room, as you can see, it's huge and open, has room for much expansion, and there are niches, there are spaces throughout the entire upper floor that show all of these different types of urns. This, like I said, is like walking through an urn museum. You see again these styles from the Art Bronze Company, Art Urn Company. You also see styles from Gorham. You see styles from Michael's Bronze. And then some more of those simpler containers, as you can see here. And there are all types again, even porcelain, all bronze, all metal, all different types, all different shapes and sizes. And they just go on and on. You can see why this is one of my favorite places. It's amazing. Even this little room. It's kind of dark in here, but beautiful nonetheless. Here's a style of urn I wanted to point out that's very unique. Looks like an urn, doesn't it? Well, it's actually made of plastic, or like a bakelite type material. This urn was actually made by the Gorham Company, and notice the date on it, and notice that it's plastic. So during the war, during World War II, there was a shortage of metal. Obviously, all bronze and brass was going toward creating ammunition for the war. So everything was being rationed, if you will. There were wasn't a lot of brass and bronze available because it was all going towards the war. So a lot of families chose this particular urn, and then in the future they would, the plan would be maybe that they would change it to another style that was brass or bronze. Like this would be more of a temporary type container. But you see this particular container in several different places on this floor, and then in this area you can see there are several of them in different places here. Also, something else, another style to point out, this is the book style urn. Book style urn was especially popular on the West Coast. This particular one is cast bronze. Even has the pages and the bookends, as you can see there. So a lot of these, as I said, that if the date shows, if it's a metal urn, a bronze urn, and the date shows the 1940s, then it's likely that the family chose that urn later on and replaced the plastic urn that was being used at the time. There's some more of the Pennsylvania style urn. Now remember, like I said, this is a very much a repository. This isn't a typical area that a lot of folks would come and visit. That's why some of the urns that you see and of course it is bronze too, so you would see that over time bronze tarnishes, bronze and brass will turn. Their colors will turn, like this one you can see it's turned kind of a greenish color. This one has tarnished to a brown patina. Again, urns from every manufacturer that you can think of. There's one from Michaels, another from Michaels here. That one's very popular up in New England and Massachusetts especially. More of the Pennsylvania style. Some more Gorham urn. Even some marble-like. More book urns. Shout out to Mackenzie Vault. There's even a Mackenzie here. How about that? All types. So I'm here with Jim Koslovski. I'm here to pick up the retort door from Rosehill Crematory. Jim, why don't you tell us about this wonderful artifact we're getting for the museum?
Sure. Sure. Actually, one of the things, in addition to the door, as you can see, there is a blueprint for the door. It's the original drawing from 1906. And as you can see, I mean, one of the things that we look at, if you look at the door, you can see obviously the detail in the door itself. You can see the mechanical arms that open and close and lock the door. You can look obviously the hinge points, which are kind of neat. And obviously it says there's asbestos, but we've since obviously long removed that as well. And again, when the door, we just had a nice, crating ceremony for the door. So we're really excited that you guys are going to be able to display it, and that the rest of the world is going to be able to see this thing that's literally been sitting in our basement for the last 40 to 50 years.
Well, we're very excited to have it. It's definitely a unique artifact that's going to add a lot to the exhibit, and I think we're going to be. I think folks are going to be really pleasantly surprised when they see it and are able to experience something so unique. That sucker's heavy. I just hope we can get it on the wall. Thanks a lot, Jim.
No problem.